Now, the purpose here is to learn to spot environments that you might want to light, but it's not really properly set up, or there are weaknesses with it. So, there are different views like base color, metallic, roughness, specular, and world normal are some of them that are good to use. But for now, let's just focus on roughness. So what roughness does, it gives you an idea of the micro details of texture or material. So we're talking about scratches, creases, bit dust maybe, stuff like that. And you can look at this environment that it looks kind of monotone. Like if you do poor lighting as well, it will look like flat. And it's the same with materials in that it looks pretty much the same per material. A good material here though is this one. Here you can see there's a lot of whiteness and differences and contrast and black, so the white is possibly dust or crease, right? So this is what you're looking for, is difference, variation. But if you look at most of the materials here, they're pretty much the same, and not everything is correct either. Okay, so that's the thing with the roughness. That's what you want to pay attention to here, basically. Another mode that is useful here is the specular buffer visualization, and this is useful to obviously notice the specular values of the map. And you can see there's some black here, which means it will not be reflecting light. Now the way it works in Unreal is it's a scalar value, right? It's a scalar value, so it goes from 0 to 1. So 0 is non-reflective and 1 is fully reflective. In the example above here, you can see it has no specular, and the default value for no specular is 0.5. Okay, that's why you can see a little bit of light or a specular effect going on here. So what this means is scalar value means it's gray value, so it's just black and white. And basically what you have to keep in mind is not to add color to specular. A lot of people might add color to specular part of the material, but the purpose of specular in Unreal is that it's reflecting the specular basically, and it's not meant to be assigned any color. The color should be on the base color, and then that is reflected, and the specular is then reflected based on the amount of specular. And you generally want to keep some specular amount regardless of material. There's never zero specular, there's always some specular amount in a material. And here you can see that if you want to get rid of the specular default value, which is 0.5, you can add integer, and you can then add 0 to it. And here you have different specular effects basically based on that. So here you can see, if I slide it, you can see on the left side that as I increase it, you see the reflection of the sky, or the specular effect of the sky, right? So now it's fully reflected and you can see the sky, and here it's not. Okay, so that's for the specular value. And you can see that here, that if I add a light, you can see there is a specular and a reflection going on where it is white, right? So if I go back to specular, there's some gray and there's some value at least on the specular here, but the black, it's not getting any specular effect. So if I start moving it, there's nothing going on in terms of specular effect on that area. You can see that this area here is not doing anything, it's just giving you some light. Okay, I'm also gonna delete the post-process volume here that I forgot to do. Okay, you see this? There's no specular. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. And that's the stuff we're gonna be looking for and fixing. For that reason, we're gonna redo some of the materials and simplify them and edit them so you know how to take control of your environment and then do the lighting. This will train you in many ways.